Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Just Code It. Today, we're going to be taking a look at LangChain and specifically prompt templating. First, let's do our imports, and then we're going to come down here and check to make sure the LLM is working correctly. So we load our environment variables, and I'm using OpenRouter. You can use whatever you want. Also, you can use Ollama by just replacing that. Doesn't really matter. Looks like everything's working all right. Let's go down to the first section where we're going to look at string prompt templating. We're going to import from LangChain core prompts prompt template. And here we define the imports or the input variables, which we're defining as topic, and then the template, which is the string. And then you define that variable within the string where you want it to appear in the string with the two brackets. And then here we're going to just print out the prompt, formatted using Moon as the topic. And as you can see, this is what happens. It's just like a formatted string in Python with the F quotes and then the brackets where you want to put the variable. Now we can take a look at how you would add multiple input variables. It's basically the same thing. It's just a list of input variables that are defined as the input variables, and then you just add them into the prompt template. And again, we format it at the end. And as you can see, Moon, 6th grade, is added into our prompt template. To use this prompt template with our LLM, we're going to do LLM invoke and then multiple input prompt, which is the one we just defined, format, and then our two variables. And here we can see it answer it. Next, we're going to take a look at chat prompt templates, and we're going to import it from the same place. LangChain core prompts chat prompt template, and in a chat prompt template, you make a list of tuples, and these tuples have either what type of message it is, system, user, or AI. Then you give it what that prompt. So the system prompt will be "you are a helpful assistant." User prompt will be "tell me a joke about a topic." And then to invoke this, we're going to do prompt template invoke, and then the topic. It's a dictionary, a topic equals then cat to message, and then we're going to print that out. So as you can see, it then will pass it those objects that it creates, a system message, a human message with all the different attributes of that object. And now if we invoke it, now we can see the AI message, which is the response. And then the content of that AI message is the response that would be what we would output to an application, for instance. Up next, we have message placeholders. So here we can import it from LangChain core prompts. We import chat prompt template and message placeholder. So a message placeholder is useful when you want to insert a message into a chat template, but you don't necessarily know if it's going to be a user message or a system message. What you can do is basically put this placeholder there and insert it once you figure it out. A good way to illustrate this is just down below. We're going to insert a human message into there saying hi. And once we run this, now you can see that human message is inserted into that placeholder. And this can be useful if you are doing like a RAG application and you have multiple agents working, and you get a message back, but you want a placeholder where a user can input something, or you can use a system input, things of that nature, and just have a placeholder there to slide it in, because you don't necessarily know which agent is going to come back first. Then we're just going to run this prompt template and see how can I assist you today. Cool. After a message placeholder, we're going to take a look at few shot prompt templates. What I've used it for before is for if I wanted to answer questions from an exam, but the exam has a strange outline to it, you can basically give it examples of how the input and output should look. And then it can use those to better examine your input for if you are giving it questions from an exam. So multiple choice questions, you give it a template basically with an output, like if you wanted to give a long explanation or just give the answer, you can basically define that in your output. and then it will go through and do that better than if you just copy and paste it in without any sort of templating. How we do this is by creating a list of examples, and this list is, inside this list, we have dictionaries which have an input, so that input text, what you would basically put into the chat, and then the output, what you're looking for from the LLM. And then you can define as many as you want. So here we just defined 2. We're just doing a little bit of math with them. And then from here, we can feed it into the chat prompt template with messages. So we're going to do user input, AI is the output. This will create a couple objects for us. Now let's just run this. Now here comes where we add it all together. So we do this few shot message prompt template. That's a mouthful. And we give it the examples we created and then that prompt template. And basically what it's going to do is like loop over these and make a couple examples of this inside that object. And as you can see, it will add that to it will create those objects inside of the prompt template. And we have 2. See if print makes this look a little bit better. Yeah, all right. If we invoke this, we can see the different messages that it's given as an example. So we have human message and then the answer, human message again, and then the other AI message as the answer. That's what this prompt template looks like. And then if we go down and pass our LLM, that prompt template will then get the answer for, you're using emojis to represent numbers. That wasn't exactly correct, but you can see how it might help. Because we're technically using emojis to represent a plus sign, but close enough. That is it for prompt templates in LangChain. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.